So, uh, good afternoon, respected faculties. So today I will be presenting the seminar on the self-regulation. So going to the contents, so we'll be talking about the definition of regulation, the different conventional regulation techniques. And then we'll go to self-regulation and its types. Then we'll go to history of self-regulation bracket, evolution of different types of self-regulation brackets, the instrument that is used in the safe irrigation, and we'll talk about the safe irrigation and root resorption, the proposed benefits of safe irrigation and evidence, and finally we'll go to the safe irrigation in the Ringo bracket, and then finally we'll conclude the seminar. So going to the definition of ligation. So ligation is the method of holding the artwork into the bracket slot, and the ideal requirement for the ligation is that it should be secure and robust. It should ensure the full bracket engagement of the artwork. It should exhibit the low friction between the bracket and the artwork. It should be quick and easy to use. It should permit the easy attachment of the elastic chain. It should assist the good oral hygiene, and it should be comfortable for the patient. So initially, the different methods of ligation included the oil ligatures. The oil ligatures, these were cheap, robust, essentially free from the deformation and degradation. And and Sivapuja and Berger, they found that the additional 11 minutes was required to remove and replace the two arthrites if the oil ligatures were placed with the elastomic ligature rather than the elastomic wires. While placing the stainless steel wire, the point of contact for the ligature wire and the bracket is at the at 4 points, and that is uh, two at the medial side and two at the distal side. So the total of uh, it had the total point of contact between the arch wire and the ligature wire is at the 4 points. So, because of the disadvantages of the ligature wire, in late 1960s, the elastomic ligatures developed, and it became rapidly available in the most common as the most common means of ligation, because the ligation method of the elastomic ligature was because of the reduced time for the placement of the elastic ligature, and also easy to remove them when compared with the steel wire ligatures. And also the elastomic ligatures was not free from the various disadvantages that and while the ligation through the elastomic ligature, the proper ligation was not possible through the use of the elastomic ligature. For example, in this case, we can see that out of the six ligated tooth, we can see that the proper ligation between the archwire and the archwire and the bracket is not possible. For example, in this bracket, and also the proper rotational control of the bracket and the archwire is not possible when the ligation is done through the elastomeric ligatures. And also one of the disadvantages of the elastomeric ligature is that the elastomeric ligature as well as the elastomeric chain, these suffer more than 50% degradation in force in the first 24 hours. So there are various limitations of the conventional ligation techniques. That is, it produces the failure in to provide and to maintain the full archwire engagement, and as a result, it results in the poor control of the tooth movement. Also, the frictional values are increased, and for the elastomeric, the force decays, and therefore the proper control of the tooth is not possible. And both the wire and the elastomeric ligatures sometimes become displaced uh, from the uh, uh, becomes displaced, and also the oral hygiene is potentially impeded. And the wire ligation is also a time-consuming clinical procedure, and sometimes the wire ends are displaced from the end of the ligature wire, which may cause the trauma to the patient and the operator. And in 1950s, Dr. Begg invented the light wire technique, and in which he used the Begg pin for the ligation of the arch wire into the Begg bracket. But the disadvantage in it included that there was the um, uh, poor control of the tooth movement through the ligation through the Begg pin. So, um, so now we go to the safe ligation method. So the term the safe ligating bracket is used for the brackets that incorporate a locking mechanism such as a ring, spring, or the door mechanism that holds the arch wire in the bracket slot. And there are basically three types of the safe ligation technique. One is the passive bracket, another is the active bracket, and the third one is the interactive bracket. So in the passive bracket, the example of the passive bracket includes the diamond system, the discovery safe ligating bracket, and these are completely passive throughout all the stages of the treatment. And the slot is locked in the passive bracket or with a rigid locking mechanism. And once the slot is locked, the bracket is effectively turned into a tube, and it allows the arch wire to slide freely within the tube. So the another method is the active systems, and the example include the Forrester Dent, includes the quick bracket that was developed by Forrester Dent, and the speed bracket. And these brackets are completely active throughout all the stages of the treatment. And these active brackets, this include the locking mechanism that generally consists of the flexible and the resilient grip, and this flexible and resilient grip applies the active force into the uh, bracket slot once the arch wire reaches a particular size of the deflection. Now another the third type of the safe ligating bracket is the interactive safe ligating bracket. And the special feature of this interactive safe ligating bracket is that the safe ligating bracket can behave as the active or the passive depending upon the discretion and the direction of the clinician. So now let's go to the history of the safe ligating bracket. So the Strozenberg, he invented the Russell attachment in 1935. So this is the Russell attachment that was developed by Strozenberg in 1935, and it is considered, it is given as the credit as the pioneer of the safe ligating bracket. But before the safe Russell attachment, there was two safe ligating brackets. That is the Boyd and Ford. These were both invented in 1933. But because they did not gain the popularity, so the Strozenberg invention, that is the Russell attachment, is considered as the pioneer of the safe ligating bracket. And for the further development of the safe ligating was not possible until 1970s, when Wildman in 1972 he introduced the passive edge lock bracket with the the edge lock bracket these are the two sliding two locking mechanism. One is the round bracket body type, and another was the radial sliding type of the edge lock bracket. And these were the first safe ligating bracket that was marketed heavily in the marketed heavily. But the disadvantages of this edge lock bracket included that it had the poor rotational control, it was bulky, and some inconvenience with the opening and closing the slide. And thus it was eventually taken out of production as other advanced systems appeared in the market. So another mobile lock bracket was came into the market in 1973 by Sandler, and this was the first safe ligating bracket with a twin bracket that have the variable slot. And the slot was variable because of the eccentric movement of the locking mechanism that was tied to the screw. So it had the locking mechanism for this mobile lock bracket had this had the screw that is used for the locking of the arch wire, and depending on the amount of the locking, it can behave as the passive or the amount of the ligation method. So the major limitation of this mobile lock bracket was that the bracket was narrow and resulting in the increased interbracket distance. So so to prevent the reduced interbracket distance, sometimes the upper incisor bracket had two sliding lock to increase the effective bracket width. And another problem that was associated with this twin lock mobile lock bracket was that it poses the difficulty of access to open and close in the premolar brackets. The open access to this premolar bracket was difficult through the use of the straight screwdriver. So in 1980s, Hansen developed a completely new approach to safe ligation. That is the speed bracket, and this speed bracket was the first active self-lagging bracket, and this speed bracket has the flexible locking mechanism. So the clinicians, this speed bracket was unfamiliar to the clinicians because it had no tie rings, and thus this resulted in the prevented the major use of the safe ligating bracket at that time. So this is the diagrammatic representation of the speed bracket, and it had so this is the gingival direction, this is the occlusal, and this is the buccal, and this is the lingual side of the bracket, and it had the micro retentive bonding pad and it had the in-out adapter. It also has the auxiliary slot, and the superelastic clip is present. This is the superelastic clip with and it had the labial window for the opening and closing of the clip, and the mushroom shaped hook was present in the gingival direction to apply the elastics. And the special feature of this speed bracket was that it is a safe lagging bracket, and the spring the superelastic clip this is flexible, and this applies the force to the archway when pressed into the slot. So the different prescriptions of the speed bracket was available at that time, and it had the Roth prescription as well as the MBT prescription, and also the Hansen prescription of the maxillary and mandible was present, and also the high torque value of the maxillary and mandible was present, and the prescription was used by the decision of the clinician. So the speed bracket had one special archway that was used, and that was the super cable, which consists of the 7 strand of the super elastic nickel titanium wire, and that is placed in a coaxial form. And the super elastic cable can be present at various dimensions of 16 mm, 18 mm, or 20 mm dimension. So the treatment philosophy of the speed was based on the various points, and the philosophy included that it should be treated with a non-extraction in all the cases which appear to have the necessary potential, and whenever the extraction was required, always the extraction of the second bicuspid was recommended, so that the prominence of the dentition is not minimized. And for the preliminary functional appliance was recommended to favor the jaw growth, and also the use of the intraoral distillation mechanics was used instead of the headgear when the conditions permit, and also to expand the arches that have failed to develop to their full potential, and it was also suggested to include the upper anterior teeth in the patients who exhibited the growth of the gingival tissue. And one of the philosophy was that the rotation of the tooth was not overcorrected, and the reshaping and the circumflexional supracrestal pivotomies was used to enhance the retention. Whereas in case of the sagittal discrepancy, in case of class 2 and class 3, the overcorrection was suggested. So in case of the finishing stages, the speed finishing archway was used, and the special feature of this speed finishing archway was that it had the quarter round shape, and this facilitates the proper archway insertion and closure, and also the proper torque control. So the solid state archway progression in the speed bracket was that it had and it had both the 18 slot as well as the 22 slot bracket. And initially the 16 mil super cable was solid state in both the 18 as well as the 12 mil 22 mil slot, and then this was followed by 18 mil super cable as well. And then to develop the as well, either 16 mil or 18 mil nickel titanium in the 18 slot, whereas 18 mil or 22 mil nickel titanium in 22 slot was solid state. And then for the torque enhancements of the torque, the 16 mil by 22 mil nickel titanium in 18 slot, whereas 17 by 22 mil speed nickel titanium was used in 22 slot. And for the increased torque, the 1722 speed nickel titanium in the 18 slot and 20 by 25 slot mil speed nickel titanium were in the 22 slot. And for the initiation of the sliding mechanics, the 18 the dual geometry of the archway was used. That is, in the anterior segment, it had the square dimension of 18 by 18 mil, whereas in the posterior region, it had the ground dimension of the 18 mil. And similarly, the artistic bend was given in the 1722 mil TMA in case of 18 slot, and in case of the 22 slot, 19 by 25 TMA. And in case of the final torque was expressed in case of 18 by 1722 speed stainless steel wire, and in the 22 slot by 20 by 25 speed stainless steel. So this is the huge dual geometry of wire. So in the sliding mechanic, for the sliding mechanics, in the anterior segment, for the to express the torque, the square bracket, the square archway is present, whereas in the posterior direction, the ground the archway of the ground cross section is present. So so in 1986, Quakener introduced the Activa bracket, and this was the passive system which consisted of a mechanism that rotated around the body of the bracket, and this worked in a accuser gingival direction. So this is the Activa bracket, and it had the round opening and closing, and it was open and closed in the vertical accuser gingival direction. This is the Activa bracket that is in the open condition, and this is the active bracket in the closed condition. So because this Activa bracket had no timing, so the placement of the elastomeric so it had no timing, so the placement of the elastomeric chain was difficult, and because of the unfamiliar shape of the base of the bonding base, the bracket positioning was difficult in this Activa bracket. So in 1990s, the HISA developed the time bracket, which is an active bracket, and it has this has a hinging moment that opens the mechanism in the direction of the gingiva. So this is the time bracket, and it has the opening clip in the gingival direction. And this time bracket. This time bracket resembles the speed bracket, but the difference of this time bracket with the speed bracket is that the speed bracket open in the gingival direction, whereas the this time bracket opens in the rotates around the gingival tie wing and opens in the accuser rather than the gingival direction. So this is the time bracket, and this opens in the accuser direction rather than the gingival direction, which was and this is the difference from the speed bracket, which has the opening in the gingival direction. So this is another bracket, Frere bracket, and this was commercially available since 2005, and it is the further development of the time bracket. And the difference was that it was significantly smaller than the time bracket, and it had the in-out values, and also the improved locking mechanism for the Frere bracket. So the Wildman, who introduced the edge-lock bracket in 1972, he again further modified the edge-lock bracket and developed the twin bracket in 1998, and he maintained the concept of the vertical sliding door on the labial side, and it had the it had the twin bracket, and in the twin bracket the opening and sliding was present by the flat rectangular door that sits between the two tie wings. So this is the tie wing, and in between the tie wing the flat rectangular door opens and closes to so that the archway can be placed. So now let's go to the diamond bracket, and this diamond bracket was developed by Dwight Diamond, and it was introduced in 1999. And the special feature of this Dwight bracket is that the opening and closing slide is present outside these tie wings. So the locking mechanism hides these tie wings. And so let's go to the Diamond philosophy. So the Diamond philosophy is based on the principle that the minimum amount of force should be applied. That is the threshold force. Threshold force should be applied, and it's a passive self-ligating mechanism, and it is based on the passive self-ligation mechanism because it has the lowest frictional resistance, and thus the forces generated by the archway are transmitted directly to the teeth and the supporting structures rather than the absorption by the ligature archways. So for example, in this case, the conventional ligation mechanism is used, and because of the conventional ligation mechanism, it has the increased frictional force, and thus the sliding of the archway is not possible, and thus resulting in the procline upper incisors. Thus the passive self-ligation results in a significant reduction in the anchorage. It results in the reduction of the anchorage because of the decrease of the frictional resistance developed by the ligatures, and also the passive self-ligation mechanism, as in the diamond system. This results in the decrease in the use of the intraoral auxiliaries because the most of the expansion can be achieved by the archway itself. And also the diamond bracket results in the reduction of the extraction because the alignment is not hindered by the frictional resistance developed by the ligatures. So the bracket design of the diamond is shown in this figure. So so this is the first generation diamond self-ligating bracket, and the first generation diamond self-ligating bracket had the tie wings inside this ligating clip. So the diamond bracket was available in the three torque values. That is the high torque, standard torque, and the low torque prescription was available for the diamond system. And for the bracket positioning of the diamond brackets, it was solicited similar to the Andrews, where the brackets are placed in the midpoint of the facial axis of the clinical ground. And for the archway sequence, for the phase 1, the right round archway was used basically on the dimension of 0.013 by 0.014 inch or 0.016 copper nickel titanium archway. And in case of phase 2, the rectangular archways of dimension 14 by 25 mil followed by 18 by 25 copper nickel titanium archways were used. And in case of the third phase, the 1925 stainless steel archway was used. And in case of the fourth phase, that is the finishing and detailing, either the stainless steel archway can be continued, or the 1925 mil beta titanium archway can be used in case of the special adjustment that is required in the individual teeth. So the second generation, because in case of the first generation diamond bracket, the tie wings were placed inside the ligating clip. So the second generation diamond 2 bracket was invented, and in this diamond 2 bracket had the similar mechanism to diamond 1 bracket, but the ligating clip was present inside the tie wing. So this is the tie wing, and the ligating clip was present inside the tie wing. So again, the diamond 3 bracket was came to the bracket to further develop and satisfy the demand of the static self-ligating bracket. And in case of the diamond 3 self-ligating bracket, the base is made of the acrylic base material, whereas the locking mechanism is similar to the diamond 2 bracket. But again, this initial generation diamond bracket, this suffered the significant problem of the high rate of bond failure, separation of the metal from the resin components, and also resulted the fracture tie rings. So the diamond 3MX bracket was, so this is the diamond 3MX bracket, and it had it produced a significant reduction of the disadvantages that was found in the initial generation of the diamond bracket. Now let's go to the system R bracket. So the system R bracket was originally called the innovation bracket, and then it was also called the innovation R bracket because of the reduced bracket width. And this innovation R bracket was similar to the speed bracket in conception and design, but it had the tie wings, which since the tie wings, the speed bracket had no tie wings, the system R bracket also included the tie wings in its design. So it had the narrow width. The narrow width of this system R bracket resulted in a greater interbracket span, and the bracket does become the subsequently known as the system R. And this system R bracket is a combination of the speed bracket, and the twin bracket. That is, it had the locking mechanism similar to the speed bracket, and it also had the tie wing. So it is called the hybrid type of bracket of the speed and the twin bracket, and called the system R bracket. And initially it was developed by Bowderies in 1997, and initially it was called as innovation bracket, and later it changed its name to system R bracket. So this is the improved design that was available since 2002 and marketed as innovation R bracket. But the disadvantages of this innovation R bracket is that it was difficult to open, and also it was more difficult in case of the lower R's, because the opening clip was difficult to visualize in case of the in the lower R's. And this system R bracket can be present as active or passive form. So in this figure A, we can see that there is a contact between the R-square and the ligating clip. So this is the active type of system R bracket, whereas in case of the figure B, we can see that there is slight amount of gap between the ligating clip and the R-square. So this is the passive type of the system R bracket. And it can be available in the various slot. It can be available in the 18 slot bracket as well as the 22 slot bracket. And one of the special features of this system R bracket is that it had in the major and distal direction, it had the bevel. The bevel is present on the major and distal direction, and the importance of this bevel is that it increases the interbracket distance. So the static version of the safe ligating was available in 2007 as innovation C bracket, and it was it was called as the ceramic bracket, and it was a ceramic bracket, but it had the metal clip. So going to the 21st century safe ligating bracket, the Opel bracket, this was marketed as the most comfortable bracket in the world, which was developed by Abels in 2004, and it was made of the completely translucent acrylic. And because it was made of the acrylic component, it had various inherent disadvantages with regard to the force translation, abrasion resistance, and as well as locking mechanism, and also because of the frequent discoloration. So to eradicate the disadvantages of this Opel bracket, Opel M bracket was introduced in 2007, and the Opel M bracket consists of the was made of the metal bracket based on the same principle as the Opel bracket, and this was but it again disappeared from the market. So now let's go to the Smart Grip bracket, which was manufactured by Unitech company, and it is a passive type of the safe ligating bracket, and the ligating mechanism for this Smart Grip bracket is different from the previously described safe ligating bracket. That is, it had no any movable locks or the doors, and the archway is held in place with the two nitride clips, and these nitride clips are present at the two end of the two end of the tie wings. So the initial safe racketing bracket had the racketing clip either opening vertically or across the gingiva direction, but this smart clip bracket had the racketing clip at the major and distal side. And so the removal and the placement of the archway was not was possible without the applying the pressure on the bracket. So this is the smart clip bracket, and it had the racketing nitride clip at the major and the distal side, and so the direct force was not applied directly to the bracket, which resulted in the fracture of the racketing clip in an initial version of the safe racketing bracket. So this is the figure showing the placement of the safe racketing bracket, and the stress, and in the middle figure shows the stress that it applies while the placement of the archway into the bracket. And for this in this safe racketing bracket, the direct pressure on the archway pressure on the bracket was not applied, and the archway was the pressure on the archway was applied from the major and distal direction, so to place the archway into the bracket slot. And also the special instrument was used for the removal of the archway from the bracket slot without applying the pressure into the directly applying pressure into the bracket slot. For example, you can see this, and the hook was engaged into the major and distal direction of the bracket of the archway, and it is removed. So the smart clips safe racketing bracket, again it had the MBT prescription of the tip and torque values, and it also had the special archway sequencing, that is in case of the aligning phase 14 mil classic nitinol is used, then this is followed by 14 mil super elastic nickel titanium, then this is followed by 16 by 25 mil or 17 by 25 classic nitinol, then 16 by 25 or 17 by 25 super elastic nickel titanium, and in case of the labeling phase, the 1925 classic nitinol, which is followed by 1925 super elastic nickel titanium, and in case of the space closure, 1925 stainless steel, and in case of the detailing phase, 1925 braided archway is used. So the another bracket, safe racketing bracket, that is the Clarity safe racketing bracket. This bracket has been available in the static version since 2007. And the special feature of this bracket is that the base of the bracket is made of the ceramic, whereas the slot is made of the stainless steel. And the advantage of the slot made of the stainless steel is that it reduces the friction of the archway into the slot. So the another bracket, that is quick bracket, in 2005 was developed. Another quick wear bracket, which is the aesthetically improved version of the quick wear bracket, and this was available since 2008. So the another safe racketing bracket, that is the Vision safe racketing bracket, and it is a relatively small metal twin bracket, and it was introduced since 2005, and it had the nitride clip that is open with a Rodestone movement, and it is open towards the gingiva, and it is available since 2007 in Europe. Now another safe racketing bracket, that is the Discovery safe racketing bracket. This was introduced in 2008, and it is a passive metal bracket, and the locking mechanism is hinged towards the gingiva, and the bracket is very small and comparatively flat, and it has been promoted as the smallest safe racketing bracket available today. So this is the summary of the different safe racketing bracket that has been introduced into since 1935 to present. So since now previously we have discussed about the different types of the bracket that was either passive or the active safe type bracketing bracket. Now we discuss about the bracket that is interactive, that is hybrid type of safe bracketing bracket that had both the mechanism active and the passive system. So the time bracket, this was developed by Hizar in 1998, and it is a interactive type of bracket that is integrated both the passive and the active elements. And in the early stages of treatment, the passive system, that is the minimal force and friction, is used in the early stages of treatment. And in the torque and rotational control, that is the active in the middle and the finishing stages of treatment is used. And it had the low profile, that is in-out relationship, and the advantage is that it is simple to open and close for the wire changes, and it has the capacity to change finishing details in the controlled manner in all the 3 planes of space. So this is the time bracket. So in the initial phase of treatment, the round arch wires are used, and the active contact of the arch wire and the creep is not present, so it acts as a passive safe bracketing type of bracket. Whereas in the finishing stages and the finishing and detailing phase of treatment, the rectangular arch wire is used, and it has the direct contact with a closing clip, so that the proper torque and the finishing pins can be applied. This is the profile view, and it has the low in-out profile, which results in the better comfort of the patient. And this time bracket for the opening and closing, the special instrument, or we can use the probe for the opening and closing by engaging in the hole on the radial side of the creep that is present in the bracket. So let's go to the claims that is given for the safe lightning bracket. One of the claim of the safe lightning bracket is that it provides the faster ligation. And Mazur and Smith in 1990 found that 10 minutes saving time is present when comparing the removal and the replacement of ligation on the upper and lower 6 anterior teeth while removing the pair of the arch wires. And Hagadin found that a modest average time saving from a reduction in the arch wire placement and removal of 24 seconds per arch is found, and also a mean reduction of the 4 months in the active treatment time from 23.5 to 19.4 months is found. Also, the mean reduction of the 4 visits is found with the safe active bracket, and also the the average reduction in the peer assessment rating was found for the match cases according to Hagadin. And also for the placement of the arch wire in the safe lightning bracket as well as the conventional bracket, it depends upon the experience of the clinician to how much time to take. For example, the safe in the first attempt of the safe lightning bracket, generally 2.14 minutes is required, whereas with the increasing attempts, the placement of the arch wire in the bracket slot is reduced. Also, when the legacy elastics is used, then initially the 7.26 minutes is generally required, whereas with the increasing attempt, the reduction of the time is generally found. The Biogar and by a Mayo survey, they found that the stainless steel ligature, this required approximately 6 to 7 minutes per arch. And for the elastic ligature, this required 2 minutes per arch, whereas in case of the opening and closing, in case of the safe lightning bracket, this generally required less than 1 minute. For the different type of bracket that was used for example, the speed diamond and the diamond twin time bracket and the twin bracket, and the least average time was found for the speed bracket, whereas the most time was required for the diamond bracket. So Thornburg and Benny found that the diamond 2 safe lightning bracket, this had a significantly shorter mean arch wire ligation time for the both placing and removing the arch wires when compared with the conventional elastomeric ligation. And this ligation of the arch wire was approximately twice as quick with the safe ligation mechanism than with the conventional mechanism. Also, Poadwana and co-workers found that compare the speed of the arthro ligation between the various ligation systems, between the time bracket and the conventional brackets, and they found that the self-ligation bracket had a shorter mean arthro ligation and the removal times when compared with the conventional bracket with the elastic and the stereoassisted arthroids. Also, the study by Eberting et al. And this was done by in the intra-practitioner differences and they found that the average reduction in the treatment time of 7 months. 7 months and 7 visits is 7 visits from 20 to 21 is found for the diamond shape ligation bracket when compared to the conventional ligation. Also, and one of the claim of the safe lightning bracket is that it provides the shorter treatment duration. However, the various studies, for example, the Eberting et al. In 2001 found that there is decreased treatment time for the safe lightning bracket. Similarly, in the Hamilton et al. In 2008 found that there is no difference in the treatment time. Similarly, the Harrington in 2001 found that there is decreased treatment time for the safe lightning bracket. Mills et al. In 2005 found that there is no difference in the treatment time. And similarly, the Fandis et al. In 2007 found that there is decreased treatment time for the safe lightning bracket in some cases. Scott et al. In 2008 they found that there is no difference in the treatment time. And Framing et al. In 2009 and Pandis et al. They found that there is no significant difference in the treatment time and duration between the safe lightning bracket and the conventional bracket. Also, one of the claim of the self-lightning bracket is that it provides the secure arthroid engagement, and the safe ligation this provides the solid, reliable, and the robust form of ligation, which cannot be broke and which does not suffer decay. And this Pandis et al. They found that the mild coding can be easily eliminated more rapidly with the diamond bracket than the conventional bracket, and this was possible because of the proper arthroid engagement into the bracket slot. Also, the safe lightning bracket they claim that the lower friction is present, and this is actually true in case of the passive safe lightning type of bracket. And a study by the Kapoor, Sinha, and Nanda in 1998, they found that the friction per bracket was 41 to 61 gram with the conventional bracket, whereas the safe lightning bracket, this was only present as 3.6 to 15 gram with the diamond brackets. So this is the bar diagram showing the friction between the different types of brackets. So this is the yellow one is the TPS bracket, and the blue one is the standard is the conventional bracket, and the other two is the safe lightning type of bracket. And we can see that the friction in the safe lightning type of bracket is significantly less than the TPS and the conventional type of bracket. Also, the resistance to sliding for the diamond bracket is lower than the conventional bracket when the bend was incorporated into the arthroid. And also for the dynamic friction, this was when the tipping force was applied. This was also less in case of the safe lightning bracket than the conventional bracket. Also, another advantage of the safe lightning bracket is that it provides the assistance to the good oral hygiene. And the elastomer ligatures generally is a potential disadvantage with the bacterial accumulation. And this oral hygiene does improve slightly in comparison with the conventional bracket in case of the safe lightning bracket. And however, this individual variation in the patient's oral hygiene, this again play a greater role than the bracket type used for the assistance of the good oral hygiene. Also, one of the advantages of the safe lightning bracket is that it provides more comfortable treatment. It has been proposed that the lower forces and less friction this result in the less discomfort for the patient, which is generally present in the safe lightning bracket. And Scott et al. Found that diamond 3 brackets were found to give the same discomfort as the conventional lightning bracket. And the Fleming et al. Found that there is no significant difference between the smart quip, that is the self-correcting bracket, and the conventional bracket between the patient visit. Although there was a marked increase in the discomfort when comparing when removing the arthritis to the smart quip brackets. And Mills et al. In 2006 reported that the low discomfort was present initially, but when the arthritis dimension was increased, there was higher discomfort at the later stage of the self-correcting bracket. Also, another advantage of the self-correcting bracket is that it provides the secure arthritis engagement and a low friction as a combination. So initially in 1950s, big brackets have achieved the low friction because of the round archway and a very narrow bracket, but it had a poor full control of the tooth position correspondingly, making more difficult. And with the timing bracket, an improvement in the torque was possible, but with increase in friction. And but this both the torque control as well as the decrease in friction is possible with the self-correcting type of the bracket. Also, another advantage of the self-correcting bracket is that the self-correcting bracket requires the reduced amount of the anchorage because of the low friction. And this is based on the hypothesis that the self-correction, the low friction encourages the use of the lighter forces with the differential force technique. We suggest the anchorage preservation, and but this proposal is handicapped by the current inconclusive evidence. So this is one of the example where the reduced anchorage demand is possible in case of the self-correcting bracket, where the in case of the canine. In case of this anterior retraction, there is the retraction of the anterior tooth, but the anchorage loss is not found in this figure. So this suggests that the reduced amount of the anchorage demand is possible in case of the self-correcting bracket. And also one of the advantages of the self-correcting bracket is that the alignment of the severe irregularities is possible. Because of the low friction and because the self-correcting bracket provides the secure full engagement, the derotation of the severely rotated tooth can be possible through the use of the self-correcting bracket. For example, in this case, the self-correcting bracket has been engaged for the buccally placed canine, and we can see in the third figure the alignment has been possible in this case. And also in this case, the 1 month follow-up shows that the proper derotation of the tooth was possible through the use of the self-correcting bracket. This rotated tooth. Now let's go to the root resorption and the safe evidence regarding the root resorption and the self-correcting bracket. So Blake et al. Compared the severity of the orthodontic induced inflammatory root resorption between the spade and the edgewise appliances, and they found that no statistically significant difference was found between the spade and the conventional bracket for the maxillary central and lateral incisor and the mandibular central incisor. However, this difference was found for the mandibular lateral incisors. So this is the bar diagram showing the difference of the resorption. So this is the good resorption that is found in the blue is the edgewise bracket, whereas the this another one color is the self-correcting bracket, and we can find that there is no significant difference in the maxillary central, lateral, and the mandibular central incisor, whereas this was significantly different in case of the mandibular lateral incisors. And again, Pandis et al. Investigated the amount of the orthodontically induced inflammatory root resorption after treatment with the passive self-correcting, that is Diamond 2 bracket, and the conventional bracket with a 22 slot, and they found that there was no statistically significant difference concerning the severity of the root resorption between the self-correcting and the conventional edgewise bracket. And again, he et al. Performed the systematic study where they compared the where they found the favoring the safe writing as well as the non-safe safe writing bracket for the root resorption. So for the maxillary center incisor, this was slightly favorable for the safe writing bracket. Again, the maxillary lateral incisor, this was it is tossing the mid. So this is the forest plot, and this shows that this tosses the mid range. So there is no significant difference between not favoring the safe writing or the conventional bracket. Where the mandibular central incisor, this was slightly towards the favor was slightly towards the non conventional safe writing bracket, and in the mandibular lateral incisor, this was slightly favoring the safe writing type of the bracket in terms of the root resorption. Now let's go to the evidence regarding the pain and the safe writing bracket. And the Fleming and Zhou et al. In 2010 performed the meta-analysis. They found for the pain scores, visual analog score, after 4 hours after the placement of the appliance into the in the safe writing and the control group, and we can see, this is also the forest plot, and you can see that the diamond is tossing the mid range. So there is no statistically significant difference between the pain in the safe writing as well as the control group. Also, after the 24 hours was measured, and it was slightly the diamond is present slightly towards the safe writing bracket, favoring the safe writing type of the bracket. And again at the 72 hours, we can see that slightly favor towards the safe writing type of the bracket. And again, after the 7 days, there is slightly favoring the safe writing bracket in case of the pain when compared with the conventional type of the bracket. So there are inherent problems, some inherent problems that is associated with the safe writing type of the bracket. That is sometimes the breakage of the clip of the safe writing bracket can occur, and in such cases, what we can do is we can use the ligature wire to tie the archway into the bracket slot if the safe writing bracket has the tie rings, and also sometimes we can use the elastomeric ligature to tie the ligature wire, and also sometimes we can use the auxiliary slot that is present in the safe writing bracket to engage the archway into the safe writing type of the bracket when the main when ligating clip is broken in the bracket. And also sometimes in the passive safe writing type of bracket, the archway can be displaced, and sometimes as in this case is distally displaced, and it may cause trauma to the mucosa of the patient when there is the archway exit. There are some problems which can be corrected through the various mechanisms in case of the safe writing bracket. When there is direct occlusal forces in case of the anterior low bracket, then we can use the anterior bite plane as well as the posterior bite plane. And when the archway prevents the complete locking of the archway, we can go through the smaller archway in super elastic archway initially. Similarly, in case of the so 20 to 30 slides are left. So use of the in case of the while placing the archway into the bracket slot, we can use the proper instrument that is given by the company, rather than using our own bracket placing instrument. And also the operator can be trained in case of typhodont placing the archway rather than going initially to the directly to the patient. And also in order to prevent the displacement of the archway, the posterior band can be placed in the archway after the annealing of the distal segment of the archway. And also we can use the memory maker to distally bend the archway, and sometimes also we can use the hammerhead plier to distally bend the archway to prevent the displacement of the archway into the mouth of the patient. And also we can use the cinching tool to cinch the posterior end of the bracket. And sometimes also we can use the composite stops to prevent the displacement of the archway. And also we can sometimes use the cream paper stops to prevent the displacement of the archway. And also there is various instruments for placing of the archway into the bracket slots. So this is one type of the instrument that is used for the placement of the archware into the bracket slot, and it had the major and the distal side, and the archware is engaged and it is placed into the bracket slot. So this is another type of the another instrument for the for the opening of the clip for the placement of the archware into the bracket slot. And this is the bifid instrument that is used to place the so this is the instrument that is used to place the archware in the interdentine segment, and then once it is into the properly into the slot, the clip can be closed in this type of the safeguarding type of the bracket. This is another discovery safeguarding type of bracket, and it resembles the scalar, and it is used for the opening of the clip for the safeguarding type of the bracket. So this is again another instrument for the to place the bend in the distal segment of the archware outside the mouth. And for placement of the detailing bends, it is not recommended to place the detailing bends inside the mouth, and we can remove the archware from the mouth of the patient and mark the inside the we can mark the inside of the inside the mouth of the patient, and then we can remove it, and then we can place the artistic bend outside the mouth of the patient, and then we can place the archware into the mouth of the patient. And again, the baggage auxiliaries are again used in case of the safeguarding bracket, similar to the conventional lightning bracket. We can use the different types of the elastics in case of the different configurations. Other auxiliaries includes the spikes, and these spikes is used to prevent the prevent the bracket into the inhalation of the inhalation into the ingestion into the mouth of the patient. Also, we can use the bite plane to prevent the direct application of the force into the force on the safeguarding bracket. So we can place the anterior bite plane to prevent the direct force into the bracket, and also we can place the posterior bite plane bite block. And for the placement of the posterior bite block, it is suggested that the ligature wire is initially placed from the vocal to the lingual, and then the composite that is the composite is placed into the forever composite is placed into the molar, so that the proper retention for the composite is achieved. So now we go to the safeguarding bracket in the Ringo orthodontics. So this Ringo orthodontics safeguarding bracket, this was originally presented by Newman and Hosgrave, and they suggested the use of the speed safeguarding bracket for the application in the Ringo technique, and they used the labial upper incisor bracket in the upside down direction. This was placed for the bicuspid, and for the incisor, the 7th generation Ormco 7th generation Ringo bracket was used. So there is another Ringo safeguarding bracket, that is Tabor Volkswagen, that is Philip 2D safeguarding Ringo bracket, and it provided the only the two-dimensional control when there is minor coding and the minor spacing is present. We can use the Philip 2D safeguarding type of Ringo bracket. So it is available in 4 different types of configuration. It had the single wing. Then again, it had the two wing, and it had the two wing with the increased mesodistal width, and also it had the 3 wings for the engagement of the elastics. So these brackets have, although these have no slope, they include the small wings that is welded into the bracket base, and the wings can be used to secure the archware into the bracket base. And the wings are closed and pushed against the base of the bracket with the wing guard utility plier to hold the archware, and the archware can be opened for the this can be opened for the archware placement using by placing the thin spatula between the this wing and the base of the bracket to open the archware. And the advantage of this Philip 2D bracket is that it has low profile and it is compatible to the patient. However, the 3-dimensional control is not possible with the Philip 2D type of bracket. So this Volkswagen again developed the 3D torque Ringo safeguarding type of bracket, and the advantage is that it provides the 3-dimensional control. and it had the vertical slot for the fast and the easy archway ligation. And it had the similar design as that of the flip to the safe writing bracket, and it had the vertical slot for the three-dimensional control. And this vertical opening, this provides the easy and the fast archway insertion. Now there is another safe writing bracket, that is the Adenta Evolution Ringo bracket, and it was developed by Adenta company, and it is designed as a one-piece bracket with a clip that opens at the incisor edge, and this allows the insertion of the archway from the occlusal direction. And this clip serves as a bite plate and consequently places the archway further into the slot from the biting. So this is the incisor Adenta bracket, and it opens from the incisor direction. And the advantage is that it also acts as a bite plate, and when the lower incisor touches this bracket, it results in the secure engagement of the archway. There is another Ringo safe writing bracket, that is the Innovation L bracket, and it was invented by GSE International. And these Ringo twin brackets, these are the twin brackets, and it had the horizontal slot with the interactive clip. With the interactive clip, and these brackets have the wings and clips, and it also has the very low profile, and the base of the incisor brackets is bent to fit the anatomy of the palatal surface of the incisors. So this is the Innovation L bracket, and it has the low profile, and the base of the bracket is shaped in order to fit the anatomy of the Ringo side of the upper Ringo side of the teeth. So there is another improved safe writing bracket, that is the Phantom safe polyceramic safe writing type of bracket, and it was developed by Gentenko International. And the significance of this Phantom polyceramic bracket is that it is bonded directly to the mouth of the safe lingual surface of the teeth, and later the reshaping and the filling of the irregularities is done with the Fuego composite. This is the Phantom polyceramic safe writing type of bracket, and it is directly placed into the mouth of the bracket, and the irregularities and is later filled with the Fuego composite. So going to the conclusion, our safe writing bracket, when planned properly, can serve as a useful tool in the selected some of the selected cases. So these are my references. Thank you.